Hey everybody, I'm back with the definition of insanity. Well, sort of. There's a couple of things I want to talk about as far as the definition of insanity. The first one is, this is one of my favorite, and that is the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Now, a lot of people say it was Albert Einstein who first said that, or it was he got the most notoriety of using that definition. It's doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. And that's a really good definition of it. You lost your keys. How many times do you go and search for your keys in the exact same spot you looked for? I don't lose my keys, so I don't know. I'm asking you. But no, I mean, really, and then you're looking for keys that are kind of bulky, and you look for them under a piece of paper. Insanity. Okay, anyhow, what's the real definition of insanity? I don't know, or do I? Okay, I think insanity is a reseller. A reseller buys, does real good at a thrift store. So they keep going back to that thrift store because they one time found a really good item. Or they maybe sold an item and did pretty good with it, and so they thought they'd do it again and again and again and again and again. All right, so anyhow, what's the real definition of insanity? Let's see, what do I have here? On Psychology Today, they say mental illness of such a severe nature that a person cannot distinguish fantasy from reality, cannot conduct his or her affairs due to psychosis, or is subject to uncontrollable impulsive behavior. That to me sounds like a reseller. Yes. Anyhow, yeah. So, what's the definition of insanity? I lean more towards the doing the same thing over and over again, but expecting different results. So, if you're trying to open a locked door and you keep going and turning the knob, expecting it to open when it's locked, and it hasn't done so for the last 20 times, that's insane. Walking into a thrift store and seeing they have hats on sale for 50 cents a piece is also insane because of the impulsive behavior. Oh my gosh, 50 cents a piece. Some of these hats they previously had listed just the day before for $4.99 a piece. What were they thinking? It's insane. Anyhow, me saying anyhow over and over again, that's insane. One of these days, we're going to break that habit. Otherwise, you're going to be visiting Alcoholics Anonymous quite a bit because of the drinking game of every time I say anyhow, you take a drink. So, in mental awareness, don't do it. Don't drink alcohol every time I say anyhow. Okay, so what's the definition of insanity? I think maybe being a reseller is the definition of insanity. But it's so much fun. So hit the stores if you can't make it to yard sales because it's too cold. In my area, they don't have a whole lot of yard sales right now. So find your merchandise, go to thrift stores, antique stores. You never know. Antique stores aren't always antique. They do have new stuff, and they're always trying to pay the rent. So in paying their booth rent, a lot of times they'll have sales and they'll let things go that they know they could resell online for more money, but they're kind of caught up in paying the booth rent. And so they need merchandise to sell off of their shelves. So you do find some items there. And that's a whole different ball game, a whole different story. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the definition of insanity. And I think it's being a reseller. That's all. Thanks a lot. Bye.